What is going on, everybody? It is Aaron Cates and welcome back to the channel. Now today we're going to be finally window tinting the driver's side, as long as all goes right. This is my third time filming this video. So the first time you guys saw, we did the cheap window tint. We went to AutoZone and picked up some window tint. They sell it at Advance, AutoZone, Walmart, probably O'Reilly's, just all the like local parts stores, anything like that. You can pick up the cheap Dyla window tint, and that's what we tried to do on the truck, and it was terrible. It did not work out well at all. Now today what we're going to be doing is installing some pre-cut tint. Now I'd already filmed this video, got out the pre-cut tint and it wasn't the right size. I tried making some of it work on other windows, just didn't work. I reached out to the company, I was like, hey, this pre-cut tint that I ordered, it's not the right size. It was like ½ an inch too small on one side, other areas where it was too big for, and I was trying to trim it to make it work, and it just wasn't going over well. I ordered pre-cut tint so I wouldn't have to do anything besides just clean the window, stick it on, and squeegee it down, and it didn't work that way. So they sent out some more. I haven't even opened the package yet. This one's supposed to work. I mean, I'm in to see if it works or not. I still have the roll for the back window. I have no idea if it's going to work or not, but if the back window doesn't work, I might still have enough of the cheap tint. We might try it again, and if that doesn't work, this whole video will just be a bust, and it'll be fail number 3, because if you guys remember the cheap one, that was a fail. I never even uploaded the pre-cut one because it was a fail. So this is everything we have right here. This is for the back window. I think it will work. This is pre-cut, and then this is everything else they sent me, and then we have our leftover Dyla pre-cut tint. Hopefully we can just get the pre-cut on. I mean, even if we just get this window, I won't really be upset because all the other windows are tinted. I wanted to go all super dark, but if I can't, I can't. So I at least want to get this one done and out of the way. So let's tear into this package and see if this stuff's even close. Okay, so let's go ahead and open this up. Okay, so the tint they sent back, I'm pretty sure is just the side windows and the vents. But I told them that's what wasn't the correct size, because I never even tried the back window. So if it's the wrong size, it's the wrong size. Like I said, I'm mainly worried about this window. All the other windows are tinted. I just want to get some tint on this window. Okay, so I know you're probably not supposed to do this, but I'm just going to go ahead and throw the one that goes on the passenger side over here. I forgot which side this is. Okay, so sticky side. Alright, so this is the driver's side. So now the only problem with this is they come together like this. You kind of have to cut them out a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and clean our window and get this stuck on there so we can cut it, see if it fits. Okay, so what we're doing, guys, is the last pre-cut that I got, I kind of had to cut it out myself. It wasn't just releasing very easily. This one has already started to release pretty easily on its own. So what I'm doing is I'm going ahead and cleaning this window, get this all cleaned up, and then I'll peel that off on that side over there, bring it over here and stick it on, and hopefully that's exactly how it goes. we've got some window tint on. Okay, well, I can say third time around that worked a million times easier. I feel like the first batch I got was just like wasn't cut right or something, because when I went to pull it off the film the last time, it kind of just tore everywhere and wouldn't come off, and I ended up having to try and cut it. This one pulled off pretty easily. As you can tell, we now have window tint on there. Now this window tint wasn't perfectly cut, but I just wanted window tint on. Now I did just notice I have a little bit of a bubble right here, so let's go ahead and work that out. Make sure there's no other bubbles anywhere else. Now, as you can tell, I don't know how well you can tell on camera, but our line is not perfect at all. And then same goes for over here. There's kind of that gap right in between. Now that is going to bother me. It is going to bother me a lot, actually. And the film kind of tore right here when I pulled it off. But there's not really much I can do about that. I got tired of this window not having tint on it, so for now, I'll deal with this tiny little crack. And I mean, it's not perfect over here. Now you guys can see that little gap in it, and I'll tell you, the first one I got was worse than that. I mean, it was bad. First one I got was absolutely terrible. This one, not as bad. I mean, there's still a gap there. There's still light coming through. It's not perfect. It's not the way I wanted it, but there's tint on, and I'm happy about that. And I mean, from here, you can't tell. You can't tell unless you're actually looking for it. And what's nice is it's kind of hidden behind that mirror, so it hides it a little bit. It's gonna bother my OCD though. So eventually I wanna buy an actual roll of 5%, learn how to cut it myself and put it on myself. That way I don't have to deal with things like this. Okay, I don't wanna go on a rant here, but this is why I do everything myself, and I preach to you guys to do everything yourself, because I paid a company to cut these to this exact truck, this exact size, everything, and that's what I was left with. I was left with one that wasn't cut the proper size, and now there's a little bit of a gap here. I can live with it for now, but I mean, I paid to have this cut for this truck exactly, this year, everything, and it's not the right size. When I could have spent another like $10, bought a roll myself and cut it myself, and probably would have had it closer than that at least. But I mean, like I said, at least the window's tinted, but this is why I do things myself, because if someone else does it, you don't know how well it's going to be unless you do it yourself. Now, I'm going to try and see if we can get this back window done, because, I mean, if we could have double 5 on the back, that'd be pretty sweet. I'm just going to go ahead and say I don't think it's going to be cut the right size, just from my experience with the other windows. But I guess that's for me to find out. Dark. Whew. Okay, so hopefully you guys liked watching me struggle trying to get in the truck. So you guys know this truck is on 40s, so it is not small. So coming from up there with the tint, trying to get down and get in the truck with no steps and try and not crease the tint or anything was the hardest thing ever. And I did great. I did amazing. I impressed myself. So we have double 5 in the back. Everything from like 3/4 of the way over is perfect. No problems at all. I had to trim a little extra off. It was just a little too big, but I mean, it fit pretty perfect. Now, the passenger side, there are a couple hairs in it. hairs or lint or something. There's a couple spots you probably won't be able to tell on camera because it's too reflective, but when this area right here hit the seat cover when I got in the truck, and there's some lint and stuff in it, but I mean, guys, I did this myself and I'm impressed. It is so dark. I mean, the camera can barely see through it. I'm very impressed with myself with that, and it looks great from the backside. And that was over tint that was already there, so now we have double 5 in the back. I might try and put that piece of tint that was extra from the kit I ordered. I might try and put it on this window, get some double 5 over here, and if it doesn't match very well, I might try and take some of our Dela tint and put it over top that new 5%. Maybe try and darken it up some. I don't know. I'm gonna experiment. I'm having fun now. Every other time I've messed with tint, it has not went well, and this time it's actually going pretty good. So I'm having fun with it, and I want to keep trying until I mess up, of course. Then I'll stop. So throw you guys up on the tripod and just enjoy. That's a wrap. I can't even see in there. Now that we're up in the truck, I can honestly tell you it is super dark in here. Can barely see out that side, like at all. I can barely see out of it, so it's dark. This side, it's 5% compared to double 5 behind me and over there. It's not that dark, but to some people 5% is super dark. I would like to do this double 5, but I don't know. I'm kind of worried about messing with that vent window. I mean, that one didn't turn out terrible. It doesn't look the best, but it didn't turn out terrible. I might attempt it. I'll try and pull the truck up some and get that side out in the sun so it can kind of dry out. And then I guess I'll mess with this side. I'm just gonna go ahead and say I don't know how well this is gonna turn out, so I don't know if this is gonna end up in the video or not. If it does, great, but this tint isn't gonna be perfect, guys. One, I'm learning how to do it myself. Two, I'm using a mixture of kind of quality tint and cheap tint, tint that is 5 years old versus tint that is a couple days old. So it's not gonna be perfect. I'm learning. Eventually I'll probably pull all of this back off, clean all the adhesive, and maybe I'll be a little bit better and I can retint all of the windows then. But for now, we're having fun, and that's all that really matters. So we're gonna get our cheap Dela tint, see if we can get it cut out for this window, get it put on. So you don't be dark, man. I know you guys saw me cut out the tint, and then I think you guys saw the beginning of me putting it on over here. As you can tell, it's not on there. I ended up taking it back off because it's garbage. I tried. Now that I have messed with tint that's not super cheap and super crappy, I can now say, because the first time I messed with this, I had never messed with tint before, I can now say that stuff is garbage. I actually cut it almost perfect for that window. I got over here and went to put it on, and I was squeegeeing it, and it literally bubbled up and then wrinkled where I was squeegeeing. None of the other ones did that at all. I did everything the same way. I went to tuck it in over here and it creased, and everywhere I went to tuck it, it wouldn't stay, and it kept having wrinkles and kept having wrinkles. So finally I pulled it back off. I came over to grab the camera, realized battery was dead. And so I don't know if you guys saw me pull it back off. I won't know until I edit this, so I apologize. But I'm calling it quits right there. But we have 5 over here, and we have 5 on the back. And I must say, the pre-cut is a lot easier if it were cut right. Having to go back and trim something that's already cut is pretty difficult. You need to have a really sharp knife for that. So I kept getting fresh blades, but for the most part, it looks great. You can kind of see through this one when you're looking out the windshield. You can't see through any of the other ones. Like I cannot see through that back at all. And that is exactly how I wanted it. So I am very happy. So I want to thank you all for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, drop a like on this video. And if you guys would like to see anything different, please drop a comment down and let me know. And I'll have a link to where I bought the pre-cut tint I bought it on eBay. I'll have a link to that down in the description below. I will also have a link to the Dylo window tint. I do not recommend it at all. It sucks. And now I have a little bit more experience with the pre-cut, and I kind of have a better feeling for it, and I can tell you that Dylo is garbage. So I will stop talking. Thank you all for watching the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.